think worship is a bridge between us and God. Jesus said, "They that worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth." The Bible says that God is spirit, and He has made us in His image and likeness. So we are also spirit beings. I love the story of Jesus going from Jerusalem, or on his way, had to pass through, from Jerusalem, he had to pass through Samaria. And that was a place of outcasts, mixed race, part Jewish. Just wasn't a lovely place. But Jesus there spoke to his disciples and taught his disciples about worship. Because for them and for us, often worship is about a place. Often we call the church that we attend the place or the house of worship. We go there to worship. We sing songs that we call worship. But Jesus corrected them, and He says the same thing to us today. That they that worship me, it's not about a place, but it's about a heart condition. It's about an attitude. See, worship is an action, very much so. There's a lot of different words in the Hebrew language and the Greek that describe, different actions: bowing down, lying prostrate, raising hands, clapping hands, all of those things, kissing and hugging, and all of those different words that describe different actions of worship. What we need to know is that worship is more an attitude than it is an action. It is the attitude of our hearts. It is our ability to let our spirit step over the barriers and boundaries of our souls, step across the divide of our wounds and our pain and our deepest resentments, our unforgivenesses, our bitterness, all of the bricks and the layers that we so easily build up in our lives. Worship allows us to transcend, or to go even through all of those boundaries and to touch God. It allows our spirit to communicate, to touch God, who is spirit. Very often we have all of those things that keep us locked in. But there's nothing like what God's word says. If we draw near to Him, He will draw near to us. Worship is that act of taking the steps. We often say praise and worship. We use these terminologies in church. It may be praise is this thing we do on our way in to God's presence. But when we touch Him, and you know what, that's not so much about distance, but it's more about a spirit and a heart that connects. When spirit touches spirit, that's when we worship God. And there's so much more I could say, but I want to just leave those few thoughts with you.